Snow's eased off, so it's about 2 o'clock now, but because Mum's a county councillor, we kind of get a bit of an inside scoop. So what I was talking about before, the snowplough people are now being put on standby because we're supposed to have more snow a bit later. See, in the old days when we used to put it on the 8.2, we had these metal brackets. So they go along the side the engine mounted on the frame, and then we've got that sort of yellow carriage there, which you can just see, which would then act as like a front linkage. Whereas now, because both the TM and obviously the 7050, we had them before, we just never bothered to use them. Who knows what these are? Those are the bits off the NZ that we swapped around when we shortened it. Get all this stuff off. Various different rags. You know, it's 3 or 4 years of stuff where we just haven't bothered to use it. Dad's bringing the TM out. She's had quite a busy morning if you think about it. Yeah. All right, keep going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's try that. Whoa. Yeah, back on, back. Right, back a bit more, you, because the pin's still not quite there. That's him. All right. There he is. Unfortunately, I needed 2 hands for the top link because it was too big. So when you used to have loader tractors, that's full of concrete blocks, and that used to sit on the back. So next thing we've got to do is put the front links down into the float position. So to activate the front link, we've actually got those spools in there. Yeah, he's in float. He's going down. Yeah, it should be right. So it looks like the arm's going to fit between that without having to do anything else or use the other subframe, which is good. The other hydraulic pipe and cable that we've got is actually through that metal bit of frame that I showed you. So we're going to have to run with that, even though it looks pretty old. That's better. And there we go. So the weight's on, and then the snowplow's on. Basically, the deal is Gloucestershire county highways haven't got enough people to be able to do all of the smaller roads, and so there was a training course quite a few years ago, and farmers are basically given these by highways, and you have to be given special authority to then go out. So we then get paid by the hour to go snowplowing at all times of night, which as a child was incredible to be part of. And hence we've got one of these for free. Free up the eyelet, because obviously it's coming in at quite an angle. The only thing that stops it coming off on the road is this bar that we added. Otherwise it relied on gravity. So you go over a slight bump and those hooks would basically come off and the whole weight would fall off. The hydraulic pipe won't go underneath the tractor and fit into the back. So we've got an extra bit of hydraulic pipe that's in the map road. Unfortunately, because we haven't got a vice at the moment, these mole grips just aren't holding on to this cylinder to be able to then put the spanner onto here to crack it. And because it's quite old, obviously we're having quite a fight. So we're going to see what else we can do. That's crazy. Look how thick that ice is.
Just what we needed.
Yep. Next part of the plan, just grabbing some zip ties. We're going to put the hydraulic pipe underneath, zip tie it underneath the tractor, and then it can go in the back, because there isn't actually a hydraulic service in the front of the tractor. It's just got front linkage for like weights and stuff. We've gone up underneath there. The plan's obviously to get it all the way through to the back. So we've set the arms up, we've got the hydraulics now, so they're working pretty really well. Hopefully you can see that. And then the final thing we need to do is just take the weight block back off, because to get out, we've obviously blocked it in. This is the only tractor that's free. So to get out, we're going to have to pick it up with a pick bitch, which means this weight block has to be off. But to make it easier, we're going to sit a timber block under here as well, because that frame was a bit close to the top of the drawbar. Right, I need to get some diesel now. It's in there. So that prevents the diesel waxing up.
Yeah. That should do it.
So what I'm just coming down to check is whether there's any hay in that rack, because I don't know, in the next sort of week or so I'm going to bring them down into here. Oh god, nearly went. What I don't want to happen is for them to get sort of onto this fresh grass and gorge themselves. I've definitely mastered bucket feeding. Look at that. So obviously the one downside about the Golf, it definitely has its limitations. So there's a pickup just going down there. In a two-wheel drive Golf, I'm definitely not going to get up. The most I could do was get up here, but you can see just how polished it is. I'm going to go move the sheep. I need to bring them into the other field. I'm going to move those couple of feeders, and then that should be me, really. They'll be content. I want to try and get a bale down there in the big rack, so at least then I don't have to feed them, like, you know, every 2-3 days with hay. It'll probably last them 2-3 weeks, so that's what I want to aim for. Look at this little metropolis we live in. You can see after sort of 4 or 5 days, the snow is still here. Mostly because people only walk down here. There's probably 8 or 9 houses down in the valley, but most of them obviously can't get back up. So it's pretty untouched, really. Now, I'm going to open this gate. The issue is the footpath runs top to bottom. So I'm going to have to come in and check them every day, because some Muppet usually leaves the gate open. The sheep are fed. There's one bit of fencing that I've got fixed as well. I'm going to shut the gate and then we'll call that it here. This Golf is an absolute weapon. Like, it's been able to get me out of quite a few places already. Winter feeding shows exactly why it's unfortunate not to have a defender. It's annoying really, because today was supposed to be the day that we're going to start our winter wheat drilling. We'd had like a load of dry weather and we thought, right, let's get the guys down here to set it all up for us. But unfortunately, we had this about 2-3 days ago. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do give this video a thumbs up. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's something a bit different, showing you what a farmer might do on a snow day. If you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, bringing you lots more videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm going to see if I can get my phone set up on this post so you can record me trying to get out. So at least if I get stuck, there's a comedy factor.